For today's coverage, we start in the Champions League semi-final. The second leg between Manchester United and Lille has Gregg Popovich one game away from the Champions League final. Following that, the title race continues and hunts up with Manchester United seemingly on decent form. Today they're taking on Burnley from Turf Moor, and highlights from both of those games coming next. Manchester United tonight are on the verge of the Champions League final. Something we never really thought we'd say with Manchester United under coach Popovich. He has come somewhat close on a couple of occasions. He performed the miracle against PSG last season. He performed the miracle against Juventus this season. And it finally seems, against all odds, that Popovich is going to reach the final of this competition. Manchester United have a 3-1 lead over Lille currently. But now they have the 3 away goals as well. So one away goal tonight wouldn't really change much for Lille. They would go out in the away goal rule. They need to simply win this match. And it's possible. Manchester United still not at its defensively, I don't think. They've still got one more signing to make. And I think that steadily will definitely be a target for next season. But we also know that maybe it won't be under coach Popovich. His future will be decided after the FA Cup final. A few changes, no changes to the back four. It's the traditional, well, save for Koulibaly. The midfield has Chong in it this time, and Ruben Neves with Aaron Hemwood. And I think it's Rashford up top by himself today. It's a 5-man midfield. A couple of changes. Steadily comes in, and as does Gaetane. But apart from that, it's the same Lille team that played in the first leg. And 0-0, no goals here at Old Trafford. Manchester United don't necessarily need to score any. They're leading on the aggregate scoreline by 3 goals to 2, and it's 0-0 on the night. Well, it's all changed since then. It hasn't been enough to win the league as Mata tries to put it in. The keeper has spilled it, Rashford, and it's game over. There's a goal for Marcus Rashford, and he has made it look easy. And they may not win them the league, but it might just win them the Champions League. Another whipping goal by Diego Dalot. Mata doesn't really get all of that, but Rashford pounces on the rebound, and it's 1-0 on the night and 4-2 on aggregate. Look at this ball from Dalot. Absolutely tremendous ball. Mata, I don't know what he was trying to do there, but whatever he tried to do, it worked. Forced the keeper into a save, and Rashford to pounce. 1-0, and it is most likely going to be a final, a rematch of the quarterfinals from last season in the biggest stage of all. Manchester United 1, Lille 0 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate rather, but here comes Loic Remy after a power back heel there from Koulibaly, Guardian, and David Hayes kept it out. Looks like Alexis Sanchez and Aaron Wan-Bissaka are warming up on the bench. Jose Fonte! He's put it in. Well, that makes it a little bit more interesting perhaps. He'll still need to score 2 more, however. Well, Ruben Neves is rather slow on the uptake here, but to be fair, he is pressured by Jose Fonte. Off the ball, Remy backs him up here and then finds Fonte, who's running forward, and Jose Fonte's a defender. So for Jose Fonte, that is a stunning goal. And it makes it 1-1 on the night and 4-3 on aggregate. And still, Manchester United, even if Lille were to score again, they would still go on their way on the away goals rule, because United have 3 away goals and Lille would only have 2. Tellez into Mata. The ball has fallen to Mata, and it's 2-1. Advantage regained. And that was just sloppy play from Lille. Dalot just dancing on the pitch, and that was just sloppy play. Good recovery and awareness there from Wan-Bissaka, really what he's known for. And, players like Wan-Bissaka probably really love a manager like Popovich because he does get the best out of you, even if you're past your prime, as it were. And for Marta, that's definitely an example of it. And Manchester United have their lead back. United 2, Lille 1. Before by Lindelof ends the game. Manchester United are Champions League finalists for the first time under Gregg Popovich. An amazing set of results in this season's Champions League, and progress has been made. And with no change in the aggregate score between Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City in the other tie, it means Paris Saint-Germain progressed by 4 goals to 0 with a 0-0 draw on the night in the second leg. It is Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester United in the Champions League final in the rematch of the infamous quarter-final from last season. Paris Saint-Germain looking for redemption, Gregg Popovich looking for his first Champions League trophy. So with both the Champions League and FA Cup finals booked for Coach Popovich to attend to at the end of the season, the only focus now is to throw caution to the wind and hopefully provide one last push to see if he can catch Jose Mourinho and his runaway Spurs team. The gap is 7 points in the league with 4 games, 5 including this one, yet to play. Everything else has been decided. It is only the league title that is the last matter to settle before the big ones at the end of the season. Coach Popovich isn't done yet, but he needs help from others if he's going to catch this 7-point gap. It doesn't look not impossible, but it is going to be quite difficult. I think the backing that Coach Popovich has received this season has been very vindicated indeed. And here is Marcus Rashford. Cork has lost the ball. Dalot is going to play it back towards Rashford. The ball is going to roll through and Rashford's going to score. 1-0, and he bangs it in afterwards as well. That was emphatic from Rashford, and already Manchester United starting on the front foot and in the lead in 7 minutes. And we just said that they'll carry on fighting to the end, and they certainly want to get the early goal here. Dalot with another great ball. I don't think he'll be credited with the assist overall, because the ball did bounce all the way through, but all Rashford needs is that pocket of space there to put that in. He might get it, you know. I think he did control the ball. The assist might go to Diogo Dalot there. And that would just cap off a great season for him. And a great season for almost everyone else as well. In particular, Mason Greenwood. Somebody to Martial. Now Dalot with another cross in. Marcus Rashford, he's put it in. Absolutely no doubt about it. Marcus Rashford makes it 2-0. And this is the sort of form that Popovich could have probably done with in the first half of the season, but I don't think it's that Manchester United played bad. Another whipping ball here from Dalot. I'll tell you what, if Popovich does leave, and whoever comes through next has got to keep hold of Diogo Dalot and Alex Telles, because they have been the absolute force under Coach Popovich. Rashford makes it 2-0, all on his own. He's got both of them, and it's an easy day at Turf Moor for Manchester United. This would sort of get past McTominay, but not really. And there is, we'll clear it away. There's the end of the first half in a stroll at Turf Moor. Marcus Rashford has given Manchester United a 2-0 lead, and they need to win and hope Spurs drop points. But they're doing their part so far. All of the ball and all of the goals for a change. Burnley 0, United 2. Hendrick to Barnes. Here's McNeil. To whipping across. Chris Wood's open header. And finally Burnley score. They haven't looked like it all afternoon. Right there, Chris Wood. Is Burnley a lifeline perhaps? And the run of clean sheets is over for damage to hit. No, I think Lille scored, but they I can't even remember anymore. But there you go. And yes, Lille did score, didn't they? But that's a wonderful ball, to be fair, and a great header for Chris Wood. And Lille hit. I mean, that is a great ball. An absolutely terrific ball. And there's no sense of urgency from Ruben Diaz there. Maybe he's to blame. Should have gone up with him. And McNeil, that will be his final action of the game, as Robbie Brady is going to come on. And this time Dallo has it. Burnley are really throwing away a possible win here. And they have done. Well, they turned really predictable at the end of the game, and Manchester United take all 3 points. And as we said, they need help from elsewhere to win the league now. They've done their part at Turf Moor today. Burnley 1, United 2. Match day 34, and a huge turn and twist in the tail. But first, Aston Villa have defeated Crystal Palace by 2-0. Wolves have beaten Sheffield United by 1-0. But the big story today is that Jose Mourinho has lost his second game of the season against Bournemouth by 2-0. And that changes the title race ever so slightly. Arsenal have beaten Brighton by 4-1. Southampton 2, Watford 2. Manchester City beat Chelsea by 2-0, solidifying their stats in 3rd place. Liverpool 3, Leicester City 0. And West Ham and Everton are the 0-0 draw today. And Norwich City's fate, I think, is all but confirmed with the most recent 3-0 loss to Crystal Palace, or Newcastle United, my apologies. So, let's look at the table then. It's 4 points between Spurs and United. The pendulum has swung ever so slightly back towards Gregg Popovich, but he still needs more. And it's a tightrope. But if Jose is going to lose more games and Gregg Popovich is going to win, then maybe it could be just back on. It's not over yet, mathematically though. Liverpool go into 4th. Manchester City stay 3rd. And, well, their title hopes are over. But they could still catch Manchester United should they slip up at any point. Liverpool up to 4th ahead of Everton, as we said. Arsenal stay 6th. Chelsea stay 8th. And it's been a very... well, it's not been a poor season by standards, really. Frank Lampard did not have any transfers in the first window, so I think to be 8th, I think you could be pretty pleased with that, actually. Movers up, Watford to 14th. Palace have gone down. Now, there is 12 points between Brighton of Albion and Norwich. I think Norwich have gone down because I think there is just 4 or 3 games left, which means a maximum of 12 points to gain, and Norwich City, I think, are all but confirmed as down because they are 12 points behind Brighton. They need to win their next match or their fate is sealed. As for Burnley and Sheffield United, it's still tight, and for Sheffield United there's still a glimmer of hope, but I think for Norwich City, the Premier League dream is over. Unfortunately, due to recording problems in the final 4 weekends of the season, we'll have to round it up for you. So United and Spurs both won on match day 35, but then on match day 36 there was a twist as Watford beat Spurs and United beat Newcastle by 2-0. Then on match day 37, United won by 4-1 against Everton, while Spurs drew 2-2 with Chelsea, which meant Manchester United lit the title going into the final weekend. Then they won that game by 5-0, and Spurs had lost the title on the final day. Gregg Popovich and Manchester United were champions by a solitary point. At the bottom, Burnley, Sheffield United and Norwich City were all relegated.